Alright guys, here's what's on the bench. This is an Ibanez RGR-521 EX2. Now this is a customer's restring, just brought it in. I need to put new strings on it, so help me out here. Let's get started. We got a restring video today. Okay, so three-way switch, volume and tone. Everything seems to be sounding good there. The output jack seems nice and tight. So it's always a bonus when the electronics work well. So the Ibanez RGR-521 EX2. Ibanez uses so many numbers.
The numbers, basically. What do they mean?
These were built around 2006. Super cool paint job on this thing. 3-piece maple neck with hardly any finish on the back of the neck. Pickups designed by EMGs. These are the EMG H1 pickups. So I believe they are passive. There's no battery needed. Locking tuners on this guitar. Let's turn it around here. You can see those locking tuners. Those are Spurzl locking tuners right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and loosen all 6 of these. Some of the strings might just fall right out. An RGR made in Indonesia guitar. I love the necks on these. I love the unfinished feel. You can see the 3 pieces right there of maple. And this guy intends to play some heavy stuff on this. So he wants it in drop B tuning. So I'm going to say that's a 1.5 steps down. Well, here, I have the chart right here. Drop B tuning, I wrote it down years ago. Your low E string goes down to a B. Your A string is at F sharp. And then your D string is down to B. Your G string's at E. The B string is down to a G sharp or an A flat, and then your high E string is down to a C sharp. So drop B tuning for those shreddy guys out there. For us boomers it sounds a little bit weird, but you cannot argue the fact that when they play metal down in that tuning, that shit is for real, man. That sounds good. It is heavy sounding. You can't argue that fact. I know a lot of older guys, they want to play in standard tuning, but it's very hard to make something sound new and creative and innovative in standard tuning. It's all been done. So guys are relying on deeper, darker, lower tuning these days. All right, let me get a little shop rag here, and we'll put some Gibson guitar polish on this guitar, and we're gonna just shine on it a little bit before the new strings goes on. So the one thing that my customer was talking about on this guitar that he wasn't really digging was he noticed, he asked me if I could change the screw out right here because it is gotten all rusty. And I told him, well, that's because somebody's palm sat right there and it rusted it. And I told him the one thing that I could do is I have a little paint marker. I could put a little dab of paint on that, and it's not the perfect solution, but just as part of a restring, it's not going to hurt anything, right? So let me see. I'm just going to see if I can lift this old rusty one out of here just a bit. Maybe sand on it a little bit if I can here. Okay, and where's my black? Okay, yeah, so I've got this paint marker, and I actually got this at the auto paint store, and I'm just gonna drop a little bit of black on there. Okay. And I'm going to screw it back down in there. There we go. So, just to try to disguise that a little bit. Alright, so let's clean the fretboard. And as you guys know, I always use this F1 oil by Music Nomad. And here's something that I got just the other day. One of you guys sent me a whole box of parts, and he sent me the Music Nomad fret rest. And so I believe you just leave it lay like that, nice and secure. It's a rubbery kind of material that it's made out of that is really kind of sticky. I know you could maybe set it up like that too. So yeah, the Music Nomad fret rest, I'm gonna say it goes like this. But this one, this is my old reliable fret rest. And I got this from a neighbor that used to own guitar shops. He's long passed away. But sort of as a tribute to him, his name was Bob Coward. But old Bobby, yeah, this was his old fret rest. And sometimes when you just take two pieces of 2x4 and come up with something on your own and put a little leather strap across the top of it, sometimes that works best. And I kind of, for some strange reason, I've grown to love that one. So unfortunately, the Music Nomad one is going to set off to the side right now. And just to, since we're talking about fret rests, I also have the D'Addario fret rest, okay? And so this thing's made out of foam, and it looks like a giant clamp, right? So this one, you can just do this, kind of clamp it on, boom, there you go. Right? And so it kind of holds on real tight. And so for some reason, if another guitar came in and I needed to set it on my repair bench real quick, I can set this off to the side, and I could just lean this against something, right? I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's not really the best place to lean it. Let's see. Oh, you could lean it. Well, hold on. Let's see right here. Okay, that's all about camera work. So you can lean it against something. Or you could lean it against your amp, maybe while you're at a gig. So, because it stays in place really well. So, everybody makes them. Oh, okay, one more. One more I got laying around. This is the Dunlop version. And I think you can get these on Amazon. Not 100% sure. But I've had this thing for probably 5 or 6 years. And it's kind of cool. But if you're working on fret ends and stuff, this kind of gets in the way. You know, if you have a fret file, and you're over here and you're trying to file fret ends and stuff, this is in the way. This one is definitely in the way. This Music Nomad one is kind of strange. So you got all these fret rests, but this old guy is my favorite. And so, yeah. What are you going to do? All these companies are trying to come up with their own little versions of all the same stuff. Trying to build the better mousetrap. Okay, back to the guitar. Let's put some of this F1 oil on the neck. I always try to make everything look nice and clean when I restring a guitar. So let me grab I have a napkin here. So this guitar has a very unique inlay, and this inlay is called the Pearl Reaper inlay. So it's kind of like the Gem, where it has the Tree of Life kind of thing, but right here at the 12th fret you have the skull, or the Reaper blade kind of thing, right? Sickle? Okay. Nice looking inlay. Super cool. These feel like a wide jumbo fret to me. And they are all in really good condition. Just shining them up a little bit here. Then I'll take one more and just get all that off of here now. This is a follow-up customer that I have, and I've strung a couple of his guitars for him now. So really cool guy. Alright. So there we go. I can come up here and double check to make sure that these locking tuners are on nice and tight. And my wrench doesn't fit on these, but they seem nice and tight. So let's move on to the strings. Today's string choice. Today's string choice. Mammoth Slinky 12 through 62. Holy smokes. This is a huge set of strings. I hope this nut can handle that, because this is a big string right here. There's a 48. Well, hold on. Does he have them all here? Yep. Here it is. This is the low E string. And this is a 62. Now the only thing that sort of freaks me out about such a heavy string is if it fits in the nut good. And I'm going to say this isn't going to fit down in that nut nicely. But we'll just have to take a look and see. And after I get them all on here, I know this is so big it might not even go through this tuner. This string is so big. Let me look. Let's get in here. Is it even gonna make it through the tuner? The hole on this tuner is such only. It's only so big, and I don't think this thing's not gonna even go through there. This kid is dreaming. No, that is not even gonna go through there. There is no way that these huge strings are going to go through there. They won't even go through the tuner. So let me call my customer. I'm going to get, obviously, we have to do a smaller gauge than this. I know he wants to play heavy stuff and he wants it to be in drop B tuning. But a 62 gauge string, it isn't even going to go through the tuner. So I'm going to call my customer and see what he wants to do. I'm going to recommend these to him. Let me see if he answers. Answer.
Hello, Small.
Yeah, hey man, this is Dane over at ZIMM'S.
Oh, what up?
Hey, those giant strings that you want to put on there, right? That low E string is a 62 gauge. And it's so big that it won't go through the tuner.
No shit, okay.
So I recommend a set of, I've got some Magnum Slinkies that are 12 through 56.
Okay.
The mammoth ones that you were trying to put on, they're 12 through 62. So let's see if I can get a 56 to go through there.
Yeah, I'll buy a pack of strings from you and just try to get it to fit. I did not know that would be an issue.
I know, right? Okay, no problem. I'll put these Magnums on there.
Alright.
Alright.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, later. Okay, so there you have it. We're going to try over again. Let me take this out of the trash and put these back in here for him. Yeah, so just so you guys know, some of you younger guys, I see younger guys and I understand what they're trying to do with the low tuning, but not all guitars are designed for that kind of stuff. So you have to kind of be aware of that you might get into a problem with these Mammoth Slinkies if you're putting them on some sort of a standard nut, that any kind of a Strat. I've seen guys try to do this on Fender Strats, and I just tell them, bro, what are you trying to do to that poor little Strat? You can't do that. Okay, we're going to test and see if a 56 will work. And this is still a huge, monstrous string. Oh, get in there, baby. I think it will. I think it will. Let me trim the end of it off a little, so we have a nice smooth end to go in there. Yeah, these guys, they try to put strings like this on a Strat, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing to that poor little Strat? Okay, let's see now. Here we go. Get on through there. There we go. Okay, we're good now. Tighten the locking tuner up on the bottom. Snug that baby tight. There we go. We're good to go now. Okay. Now our A string is a 44 gauge. These are cut kind of weird at the end there. I don't know if you can see, you know, how kind of weird that's. A machine cut that. So I'm going to trim it up a little. There we go. Make it just a little bit smoother and a little more round. I'm glad that went through there, because that would have been rough to have to go even smaller of a string. There we go with the 44. You know, I think what I'll do is, let's put a little bit, because these are such huge strings. I'm going to put a little bit of this Music Nomad Tune It. It's a little gel. You put it on the nut to kind of help lubricate the nut, because these are such big heavy strings. Smear some of that in there. I'm pretty sure it's just some kind of a petroleum jelly or something, and they put them in this fancy little tube, but it's probably petroleum jelly, about 2 cents worth of petroleum jelly. Music Nomad. Every string change, put some of that on the nut. Okay, I will go ahead and I'll throw all these strings on, and I'll bring you back in after it's got all its strings on it. Okay, let's just tune this baby up. The A string goes to an F sharp. Okay, it's close. Jumbo strings, man. Woo! Them are some big strings. I used to play in 9s. There it is, guys. Drop B tuning. Don't ask me to play this thing. I'm way too old to figure out how to play something that sounds cool in drop B tuning. I wasn't wired that way. So, anyhow, I thought it'd be a fun video for you guys to watch. Ibanez makes such great guitars and such a vast variety of them. I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 people that watch my channel has never seen one of these things. Super cool guitar. I would have put 10s on it and put it in half-step down tuning if it was me. But it's not me. This is a customer's restring. And thank you guys so much for watching. Everybody have a great day. Go buy a guitar.
Head to KSLX.com and share your perfect playlist of the 5 to 7 classic rock songs you want to hear on KSLX. If your playlist ends up on the air...